You guys will not guess what I found in my garage. A special edition U2 iPod. I cannot believe it. I have one of the. I'm kidding. I found a Virtual Boy in my garage. Um, where to start? Where to start? I was born in Hong Kong. My parents traveled to Asia for the first couple of years of my life. My dad apparently bought this in Singapore, or my mom did, in around 1995, and they played it for a little while, and then it traveled with us to the States, and now it's been sitting in our garage for getting on to around, what is that, 1995, almost 16 years. So this has just been sitting in our garage in this knackered old box, being just sitting there. My dad told me about this weird thing that he said he thought I'd like in the garage, and it was some sort of weird, stupid game console. Apparently it was 3D, and it was really stupid. It looked like crap, and apparently this is what he was talking about. The fairly rare Virtual Boy. In fact, the Japanese version, if you can see over on the box there, that is the Japanese version. Unfortunately, I'm using the flip right now, so I don't have the best quality view of anything. Right, this is the Japanese version. So it is PAL, but thankfully enough, all the game cartridges, there's one in there right now. They are all compatible throughout NTSC and PAL. So theoretically, if I got any more game cartridges, it would work on this console. So yeah, I have the original box. It is quite beat up. Sorry, I'm trying to work with this crummy old tripod. So here's the old box. Had stuff piled on it for years. It's been sitting in the dirt. There's dirt all in there. But it is the original box. There's a couple of instruction manuals. Here's one of them. Has some contention about which way the stand is supposed to be facing. I'm pretty sure that's correct. Way right there. But yeah, I mean, Jesus, it's an original Virtual Boy. Let me give you some specs about this thing. This was introduced in Japan in, July of 1995, and introduced in the US in August of the same year. And it actually only sold 770,000 units, and that is minuscule. If you compare that to selling the sales of the NES sold near 62 million units. So, as you can see, this wasn't really a very popular item, and for some reason, mostly just because it's so strange. It's really bulky, awkward, and kind of ridiculous. But I think it is a brilliant addition to my collection. I'm sort of going to make a monopod out of this thing right now because I can't get it to do anything else. Here's a controller. Oh, here's some more specs, actually. So, they're not specs. 22 games in total were released. 14 in the US and 19 in Japan. And those middle numbers were they sold in both countries, or both regions. It had a 32-bit RISC processor running at 20 megahertz and I think 16-bit stereo audio. So the audio is pretty good. Right here, I think, is where the speakers are, right next to the eyepiece. Basically, you shove your face in there, and you can see the eyes of the thing, or the inverted commas eyes of the thing. And you basically stick your eyes in there, and I will run a game for you. I've got Galactic Pinball. That's the only game I have. It's I think it's the one that my parents just bought. I think I can get the other ones at Pink Gorilla, which is like a local vintage game store. All the instructions are in Japanese, of course. If I can get this thing open. You have the very cute Virtual Boy with the eyes and such. It shows you what and what not to do. I barely read Japanese anymore, so a lot of it I don't understand, but you can get most of it from the pictures, as it was written for children. Let's see. I'll just sort of take you around the console itself. Here's the main unit. Let me see if I can. It's kind of awkward. But it has these controls on the top. It's a little bit dusty. Please pardon that. I've been preparing for a review for a while, and I just haven't gotten to it since I've been so busy with school. Here's the unit. It's pretty large, sort of strangely shaped. Is my hands. I have pretty large hands, so these controls are IPD. I don't remember what that is. I think it's sort of like how, because there are two, since it is stereoscopic 3D, whatever it is, there are two different, basically, I think it's LED, like, things, screens in here, one on the right side, one on the left side, and this is sort of, directs some mirrors around and changes it so that you can view it perfectly. This is like focus, so if you need to focus, then you use that. On the bottom, this is getting kind of heavy. Here's where the cartridge slides in. This one is, as I said, Galactic Pinball. And we will view that in a minute. I will try to get it to work. I have no promises, unfortunately. Volume control, stereo headphone out. Sounds pretty good with headphones on. Now this is, actually first I'll do this. This is where the controller fits on. Controller houses the batteries. And this thing here, that little port there that I can't really point at because I'm using like 3 different arms to hold this thing up. That is like a, oh, what do they call it on Game Boy? Not expansion, but like the cable you can connect. I don't remember what they call it. Pardon my stupidity for a moment as I try to reattach this. I'm holding the tripod up with my chin, so just, that should be fine. Alright, that's how it looks on the stand. Stand is very, sort of flimsy, but it does the job, I guess. I mean, look at it. Move it and it wiggles around. There were a couple carrying cases made for this thing. I do not have anything. My parents bought the original, just baseline, everything. Here's the controller. It's very weird. The reason it's got this bulbous thing on the back is because that's where the batteries are housed. Sort of odd placement for the batteries. You also could take this part off and you can actually, jeez. You can remove this. And you can actually stick an AC adapter onto there, but of course my parents didn't have it. This thing eats up batteries like nobody's business, so you really need to have rechargeables or nothing else will work. As you can see, there's 2 D-pads and B and A and select and start on the left. I can't use my other hand because I'm holding up the tripod with it. It's very, very heavy, especially with rechargeables, because you all know how heavy rechargeable batteries are. And on-off switch, and that's basically it. I mean, it's very basic, though the technology behind it is quite advanced. At least, it's very, sort of strange. Now, I'm going to hook everything up. I'm going to connect the connector into the bottom of this. Of course, I'm only taking this in one shot, so pardon the sort of do it as it comes filming. I may have to edit this to see if I can't get this to be viewed better by you. I'll lower these. Get less glare. Alright, now the room is sufficiently dark. See if I turn this on, if I'll get anything. So that thing that moved up in the side there, that was the lenses starting to vibrate and do their thing. Now, this is going to be tricky. Very tricky. You can hear the sort of intro music. This is just the warning just to not stare at it too long or you'll get some form of eye cancer or something. This is going to be really tricky. This is pretty dumb. I'm going to come back as soon as I get this lined up. So I'm not going to be able to get a really good view of this for the camera because it's such a crummy camera, but it beats having the iPod because I wouldn't be able to really hold it up. So that little light in the corner is just the recording light from the flip, so please pardon that. There's the Virtual Boy screen. On the real version, when you have both your eyes in there, there are a couple little dots in the corners that show you, that let you focus and adjust things. So let's start the game. So as I said, welcome to Space World, let's go. So there you go, it's Galactic Pinball. As again, I apologize for the poor viewing angle. Let's go ahead and try to play some pinball. This is going to be nearly impossible for me to do, but I'll just pick the first map. So, let's see if I can do anything with this. Now, what you're seeing is what I'm seeing, so I'm seeing a bit of lag. It's quite laggy for me, so... Oh! Yeah, that's how bad it is. There we go, charging. I'm sorry you can't see the entire screen. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. Oh, there we go. So as you can see, the entire screen isn't even visible, so... I just wanted you to see what the graphics look like. Unfortunately, I do not have a very good view of what the graphics look like, because you really do need both eyes to be able to see what is going on inside this crazy contraption. It is really a sight to behold, and if you can get your hands on one, I'd say grab it, or even if you just have the chance to play one, get a feel for what the thing actually looks like, because I can't really show you with a camera what it actually is like. But yeah, and very, very lucky and very strange find for me to find in my house. I cannot believe that my parents actually bought one of these things. It's very unlike them to do anything like that. But yeah, there's the Nintendo Virtual Boy, a rare animal indeed. Pretty strange. And they discontinued it actually in I think '96 in the U.S. and late '95, December '95 in Japan. So it was very short-lived, and as I didn't finish saying, the extension port on the bottom was just so you can connect two of them together. That's basically it. If you ever get the chance, I mean, a new one on eBay, unopened in the box, is probably around $500. They're quite valuable. So if you happen to find one that's a good price, I'd say nab it if you have the funds, because it sure is a piece of history. And if you're a Nintendo fan, then can't get much better than a Virtual Boy. So that's this video for today. Hope you enjoyed that. My next video will be on a Magnavox Odyssey 2, which I picked up from a friend, and hopefully that will be interesting. It's not correctly working right at the moment, but I'll open it up and see what I can find. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoy this. And 16mm DJ signing off.